Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Musical America's Musician of the Year, Riccardo Mути.
Thank you for your wonderful words. It's very difficult for me to say something because everybody before me was so full of humor and spoke a beautiful, beautiful English with different accents, of course.
Thank you, Maestro.
I'm always nice to singers, you know. It's my specialty. But I was thinking, you know, tonight the awards were received by very distinguished, wonderful artists, and I was thinking, a composer that writes music. So, the maestro spoke about fantasy, but in the end it's concrete, because the notes exist on the paper. So he does something concrete. Then a fantastic violinist, he plays the violin, he produces the sound. A wonderful singer produces the sound singing. A wonderful pianist that plays the keyboard. So I was thinking, what really I do? So I was starting to become depressed. Because I've wasted the entire life. So doing, but then, as I said to Peter Davis, a phrase came to my mind. My teacher, I had great teachers in Italy, great teachers. And my teacher of conducting was Antonino Votto. He was the first assistant of Toscanini in the 20s in La Scala, the golden period of La Scala, and you can find many of his records with Callas, Tebaldi, etc. And he was the teacher of conducting in Milano, in the Conservatorio of Milano. And coming from the Toscanini school, he was very basic, to the point. So when we asked questions about how to do this or to do that, he always said, why you worry? You don't have to play. Just do this, something will happen. In fact, a few weeks ago, I had a conversation with a policeman. Conversation, not. So we were speaking about how life is difficult today, you know, the crisis, this and that. And he said, you know, I have 1,200 euros per month. I have several children, this and that. I said, don't worry. If you want to change your life, and I want to help you, you know, I want to help you because you are such a nice guy. You come to my house, and in 3 minutes, I will teach you how to conduct the unfinished symphony of Schubert. He said, what is that? I said, it's not important, what is that? That's not important. He said, and you will earn in one evening more than you earn in a year. So I said, how is that? I said, it's, you know, the first movement is in 3. That means 1, 2. Don't forget to move the arm on the right part of the top. 1, 2, 3. So you will see, if you do this, they will start. And keep going, don't stop, keep going. Then when the orchestra stops, that means that the first movement is over. And then in that moment, what you do? In that moment, the public, sometimes we hear some delicate cough in the intervals, in the pause, So ends pianissimo, it's the first movement, then you stop. In that moment, you try to look very inspired. Don't look at the orchestra, because you can meet some eyes that are looking at you in a very strange way. So just look in the sky. And sometimes the audience is very affected by this, says, what you see? He's dreaming about certain, and you look. Then when you see that the players are ready, because they put their instruments ready, then you put your hands and do exactly what you did before. Don't forget to move the second. And so will be plum, 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 trim. It starts the second movement of the symphony. Fortunately, it's only two movements. When they stop, you stop. Then you turn, you take your applause, and then you take the check and you sing. And this is what is about conducting. So that's it. But also, in the same time, a phrase of Vittorio Gui. Vittorio Gui was the famous founder of the Maggio Musicale in Florence. It was a sort of the same period of Toscanini. Actually, they were enemies. And bravo who? Toscanini or Gui? So he said to me when he was 90 years old and I was 27 years old, he said to me, Muti, what a pity to be near to death just now that I was learning how to conduct. He meant not to beat time, but to get from the souls of the musicians the music, the feelings, not the notes. The notes are the concrete expressions of the feelings. And that is something that makes the conducting the most difficult profession in the world. Because we have an idea that has to be expressed through the arms and then has to go through the instruments that are played by the fingers or the mouth of players and go to the public. So it's too long way. To beat time is very easy. Anybody can do. Anybody. To make music is very, very difficult. Now everybody is thinking in this room, what you think is, what is your position? Which part? I think that I'm in the middle of the road. And I'm sure that I will never get to the other part of the river, because behind the nose lies the infinite. That means God. And we are too small in front of God.